What is up, guys? It's Mitchell or Deity, and welcome to part 6 of the guide. I'm finally feeling normal. I took antibiotics. I had a sinus infection that kept coming back, so I had like crazy headache. But here we are. So what we're going to be doing today is getting Tamarind unlocked and then progressing through the end of chapter 2 and finishing up this batch of missions. That's the ultimate goal. So we need to awaken a character to 6-star 2 times as the last mission I'm on. If you're on any mission before this, you need to go back and finish those missions. We're going to be doing quite a bit of Labyrinth today as well, just to get the charms to boost up our characters to beat the final episode 2 boss. But we need to awaken a character 6 times, twice. We've already done our Sigret if you've been following along the guide. The second character we're going to do is our Free Spirit Tyria. So with Free Spirit Tyria, if you just go beat the light altar all the way up to the max, you'll get enough of the epic light runes to fully boost her. And then we need these catalysts. So these catalysts, what I generally do is just grab them from the boxes. So with these, then you boost that up, you're going to get the extra crit chance of that, which is huge because we are wanting to get our Free Spirit Tyria as close to 100 crit chance or to 100 crit chance as possible. And she is currently at, let's see what she looks like. She is at 96.4. So if we can get any imprint for her, we would be done. And I do not have any imprint. So hopefully you guys are close to 100% crit chance. I could also level this gear here and either roll that if we got anything into crit chance, it'd be what we need and she would be good for farming. Or actually no, her exclusive equipment is attack. So we need to equip this to her too. So there's our Free Spirit Tyria. I know you can't see her because of the fate scan blocking the stats. Those are the overall stat lines. But from that mission, once you get her awakened, you're going to get these next batch of missions boosted up, and you need to have cleared the expeditions. That's why I was telling you to try to clear 6 expeditions at one time. You may have to go in and do some, depending on if your guild has some available. Just try to get level 1s done, and you will be good to go. But we'll go ahead and claim all this. Then we need to clear floor 60 of Abyss. So we did get a 5-star artifact from that and a bunch of other things, charms and whatnot. So the next thing is clear floor 60 of Abyss, and we get this milestone in time. Do not spend this milestone in time. We are going to be using it to unlock Tamarind. So what I want you to do now that you've got your team should look exactly like it did at the end of the last video, but we have our Angelica as our front tank for right now because she's level 60 and her gear is fully leveled because we built her for Wyvern. And if you wanted to, you could use Raz instead, but we're just going to go through and clear to level 60. You should have no issues with this. Actually, I'll go ahead and show all the stats on each of the characters. So this is the overall gear on our Spectre Tenebria. Our Free Spirit Tyria looks like this. And then we have our Angelica. She's built for Wyvern, so all of her gear is mostly boosted up. We could finish up and get this the last 10% here since we do have the charms from claiming that. So we'll go ahead and do that. That gives our Angelica a little bit more bulk. And then the last character on our team for right now is Destina. So you can level up some of this gear if you'd like. There's a challenge to get to level 16. In terms of artifacts, they don't really matter. Depending on whichever one you have, you can put it on. Wondrous Potion Vial is what we're going to hopefully have to put on Tamarind. If you don't have that, we'll use whatever you have. Mygar's Tome would work. Just whatever artifacts for the characters will be fine for right now. If you want on your Spectre Tenebria for this, you can go ahead and change it to one of your Daydream Jokers. So Daydream Joker could be utilized because the bonus damage would be nice. But that is going to be the overall builds. And I'm going to go ahead and clear to stage 60 of Abyss, and then from there we will go in. I'll show my adventure progress. We're going through chapter 2. I think we're at part 8 of chapter 2. So I'll show where we're at with that, and then we're getting very close to being able to get Tamarind, which will completely change our accounts. And then we're getting closer to that character Brig, which will change our accounts again to the extreme. So those 2 free characters that we get will pretty much stabilize everything that you need in Epic 7. So go ahead, clear this out. I will meet you back here once you have gotten to to part 60. You got to clear stage 60. Okay, I'll meet you back here in a second. Okay, so once you guys have finished getting to Abyss 60, the next thing that you need to do, you'll see that you finish this mission here, and you're going to get this milestone in time item. You want to save that for right now. Okay, we're going to use it in just a second, but with the milestone time item, we have to purchase the Book of Memories. But before we purchase the Book of Memories, we want to go to our adventure, and we want to clear stage 8-10. So I've been going through with the same team I showed you guys earlier. If you see, we got our Angelica, our Destina, all the stats that you guys have seen. So I want you to beat this stage. Once you beat this stage, I'll be back, and we are going to talk about how to get Tamarind for free. Okay, so we'll go through that process, get Tamarind, and our account's going to change quite a bit, and we're going to finish some more missions. So I'll meet you back here once you are done with 8-10 of Adventure. If you have any problems, just go upgrade your gear on your Destina, on your Spectre Tenebria. Whatever you need to do, just do a little bit of gear upgrading if you do run into any issues, but you shouldn't. You should be fine. But I'll meet you back here once you are done, and we'll continue. Okay, so now that you're done with 8-10, you will have unlocked, as we get to this part right here, it'll show Tamarinne. So Tamarinne, this is a big change they did with the game. It's one of the reasons I'm redoing the guide. It's because we used to summon on her. Now they give her to us for free. I feel partially responsible for that because I had all new players following my guide go and get her right whenever she was available. So we're going to go ahead. I'll show you guys the process of getting her. The biggest thing is getting into a guild and making sure you're donating your claws every day. So let's go out, and if you go into hero recruitment, you are going to have your Tamarind. Okay, so you have to send aid to your fellow guild members 20 times. This is where some of you might get bottlenecked. If you're following along and moving at a pretty fast pace, you have to wait so many days to end up getting her. Okay, because of that. Next, we have to purchase the Bittersweet Dessert Festival. Okay, so in order to purchase this, we have to clear all the way to the end of chapter 2. Okay, that sucks. I actually did not know that. So we have to clear all the way to the end, and I will show you guys where that is. But if you guys along the way get any of your galaxy bookmarks, just go ahead, keep training gold transmit stones in for galaxy bookmarks, and do your summons. We're gonna do 4 summons real quick just for fun, and then we're gonna progress more of the story. Okay, fighting the final boss of chapter 2 without Tamarind does suck. I'm not gonna lie. You shouldn't have too much problem as long as you have the gear, or as long as you have your gear upgraded. But it's still, it used to be way easier whenever we summoned on Tamarind. How do I do the Moonlights? All right, let's do our 4 Moonlights, see if we see any sparks here. Even a 4-star would be cool. That's a new 3-star at least, so new hero journal, fill up. Arrowell is a pretty solid character for new players. So not a bad pool there. There's a 4-star. Okay. So here, Bloodblade Corinne is probably the best 4-star in the game. Angel Angelica? Angel Angelica is fantastic. That's a really good pool. I will be making a tier list soon. There's another 3-star. There's no 3-star that we care about, yeah. That's Moonlight. And our final summon, we got another 3-star. Okay. And it is, who could, Revna? No, it's Sven. Okay, so we did get Angel Angelica. She's a really good character. She always will be. So I'll make a tier list going over all the characters. But from this point right here, I'm just going to cover a couple quick things. I want you guys to go push to the end of story. Okay, so to be able to buy a book of memories, we have to push to the end of story. Again, go through, make sure you finish all of your expeditions, because you have to clear expeditions 6 times. Make sure you've cleared 6 of them. We have to reforge a piece of gear. To reforge a piece of gear, I believe your account needs to be rank 55. So to get your account to rank 55, the fastest way is just burning stamina. So that is going to be your unrecorded history farming and any kind of farming you're doing that you're spending stamina. Okay, so if you can go farm unrecorded history in the background with your free spiriteria, that's going to be your best bet to level up your account fast. That's probably how we'll end this video, is having you guys get to account rank 55. But go ahead and go through this, beat chapter 9 and 10. And again, if you run into any problems, you can upgrade some gear. So if we go into our characters now, you see my Angelica is fine. Okay, whoever you're using for your Wyvern front tank, whether it's Angelica, if you already have Brieg, maybe you pulled him and got lucky, you can use him. Doesn't matter, you just need some kind of super tanky character for your front line. Your free spiriteria, you can upgrade the chest and the helmet if you would like. And then also you can go ahead and upgrade some of your Destina's gear, so upgrading this would be good. And the way you get charms is again going to be going through unrecorded history. Just spam farm unrecorded history as much as you can, and you will have a good chunk of charms. And we're spending as few charms as possible so that we could set up our accounts as best we can whenever we're using our charms and everything on proper gear. So right now, if we upgrade too much of this gear, this is all, I mean, this HP set's fine, but a lot of the attack gear you won't end up using. So just go ahead, keep completing all of that stuff. Again, go into your events, grab anything out of there that you could possibly maybe think you could use. But other than that, just go ahead, take your characters, clear through 8-10. I will be back whenever I am done with that. We'll go over what to do next, and then that will be it for this episode of the guide. So just meet you back here once you get to that final boss, and I will show you guys how to beat it. They add the ability to spend 50 Sky Stones to continue and fully revive your team. You may have to do that, and it's worth it. And you can go back and 3-star the boss later. So it's not too bad now that mechanic's in the game. So maybe it's not a big deal, but before this boss, if you don't have a strip character, it kind of sucks, and that's what Tamarind was for that boss fight. But if you die against the boss, just use Sky Stones, and 50 Sky Stones is nothing. So as a new player, as you see, I think I have like 12,000 already. So I'll meet you back here once you're done with that, and then I will show you what all you need to do before the next episode of the guide. Okay, so once you are getting to the point where you are at the 10-10, this is where we need to upgrade our characters a little bit. All right, this is like the first hard fight in the game, and since we don't have Tamarinne yet, Tamarinne is like the cheat code for beating it, but you get it for free after beating this. It's pretty annoying. You do have the ability to revive your team with Skystones, and I highly suggest doing that just for this first clear. Just 50 Skystones, it's nothing. So you can go in, you can boost up your characters a little bit. A big thing that would help a lot is going to be skill enhancing your Spectre Cerebrus skill 1 and skill 2. So these are going to be Mologores you're going to have to use anyway. So if you want to go in and just do this, this gives your Spectre Cerebrus more defense and just overall survivability. So this is one thing you can do if you're stuck on the stage. Go farm unrecorded history stage 30. These are going to drop as you're farming, and just slowly level up her skills from there. And then any of this gear, if you want to level it, you can go ahead and do that now. So the more important thing to level up though is going to be your Destina. So all this gear will end up going on one of our Wyvern characters. So that is something you can work on to get a little bit more power out of your character. But for this, I'll go ahead, I'll just plus 15 the chest as well. Just do a little bit of upgrading. That HP will help us stay alive. So the biggest thing though is boosting up your Destina from here. Okay, so your Destina, you want to get to 5-star Awaken. So hopefully you guys have the runes here, and with your Destina, you need these catalysts. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the catalyst with a box. Destina is going to be one of your core Guild War units at the beginning of the game and Arena. It's going to be your only reviver. You will use her in other spots, but once we get Tamarind, our Destina is going to go on the back line and become a PvP only character, basically. So now that we have our Destina, 5-star Awaken, the reason we do this is because we want to buy an exclusive equipment for her. So the exclusive equipment we want for Destina is going to be the, not this one. You just do a couple, I'd say 3. And so I got the same one twice. And we want this one. This is the one you want. You want the extra 20% boost on her. That helps a ton in just keeping your team alive. So now with our Destina, we also want to level up her gear a little bit. So the ring and neck, try to get up to plus 12 at least. That should help. Okay, that was actually going to be a really nice piece, but a 2 speed, I mean, it's still 15 speed, it's still nice. But this fight sucks. Okay, that's all I can really say. That's a lot of extra HP we just got off that. And then we'll put our exclusive equipment on. And if you didn't get this one, just put whichever one on. Any one you do will give you a little bit of bonus. But that gives us a little bit extra overall. You could also boost up the helmet. That's going to give you more HP. So I'm just going to go ahead and boost this up. And that gives me a good chunk more HP. We almost got an extra 2k off that. So now that Destina's boosted up a little bit, we could also enhance our artifact a tiny bit if we would like to. I'm going to save 2 potion vials for right now, but I'll just boost it up to plus 6. That's a little bit more HP, an extra 100. So that puts us at about, I think that gets us 16k HP. It did. So that's 16k HP. It's a little bit of a boost, but one of the big things with Destina that's also going to help us is doing this here. Her skill 3 cooldown. It's the only Mologore you need to put into her, but having this skill 3 cooldown is going to make it to where you have your revive faster. Having that revive faster is massive. Also, boosting up the boots. Okay, if you're able, if you have the charms, boosting up the boots would help a lot too. So I'm just showing you a bunch of little like upgrades that you can do that's going to make this fight at least somewhat bearable, because this is where a lot of people get stuck and get super frustrated, is this boss fight. So let's go ahead and let's just try the fight. If we fail, I'm just going to use Skystones to continue it because I want to get the stage done. Whenever you're picking your support character, Free Spirit area is always great because almost everyone has her geared on their account. And in terms of other characters, you could take someone's Spectre Cerebrus too. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to take this Free Spirit area. That's fine. I mean, this guy put the skin on. Maybe we'll do this one. But if there is like another character there that looks strong, there's Arbiter, Villager, Moonlight, Landy. Any of those characters would be great. If you have friends, or if you go into channel or go into Discord, you can go to channel and ask someone to add you. And if an in-game level 70 player adds you, it's going to make this way easier. So with this fight, it's a lot of RNG because he has the buff called anti-crit. So with anti-crit, you have a 50% chance that you're not going to crit. And that sucks. So you could run this fight multiple times. One time you'll beat it super easily. The next time you'll struggle really bad. So that is just going to be part of it. So we're going to go ahead first up, just our Destina. We want to save her skill 3 for whenever we get a bunch of debuffs on us. That's going to be our cleanser. At the very beginning, you can get some decent damage off because he doesn't have the buff up yet. And we landed the defense break, so now we do our Spectre Cheeber skill 3. We hope we crit here. I don't have a lot of crit chance on Spectenning. I think I'm at 50. We got lucky and crit, so that is a ton of early damage. Getting that right away is huge for us. So with our Angelica, we'll just go ahead and skill 3. Our goal is to build up souls. So with souls, I don't know how much you guys have autoed or manual at this point, but this is Archie. Okay, so with Archie, every 30 souls you use, it gives HP scaling damage. Okay, so that HP scaling damage and is going to do a lot to him, right? So this is just a free way to get a bunch of extra damage. If at the end of the fight, say you only have one character left, like your Angelica, you could just use Archies to finish off the boss. But anytime you attack the boss, it is going to combo in his push-up, so he's going to get a push-up. So you want to attack the back mobs mostly, except with your damage dealers. And as you see there, I didn't crit. So if you're hitting with your damage dealers, we did crit there. So we got a little bit of damage out. That's not too bad. But anytime we're on a Soul Weaver turn, I'm going to just skill 1 if I don't need to heal. Okay, and now we're to Destina again. We can push up our Free Spirit Tea area again to get some more damage here. So we're just cycling Free Spirit Tea area as fast as we can. And then we're going to go ahead skill 2 again. And now we crit again. Okay, so we're in a good spot. Again, if you miss crit on both those, he will have way more HP. That time we missed crit. So this turn right here sucks because we have to attack him, and as you see, he pushes himself up. And then Destina, again, we have to attack him, so he pushes himself up. All right, now we pray that we crit again. I'm just gonna skill 1 so that whenever, okay, we didn't crit. That's the fight, okay? So, and then now we have a bajillion debuffs here. So we're blind, so there's a 50% chance we miss and a 50% chance less that we're going to crit. So my Spectre Cheeber literally can't crit him. It's never going to happen. So with our Destina having her turn, I'm going to save my Angelica skill 2 here and just attack a back mob so he doesn't combo in his push. And I'm going to skill 3. Okay, the skill 3 will remove all the debuffs. The problem is once we get him so low on HP, he is going to do a big attack on us. So that big attack is going to do a ton of damage. And so from here, we're just going to skill 2 so we hit all the back mobs as well. Got a little bit of damage. We're almost to the HP threshold. I believe it's 30 or 40%. Whenever that happens, he's going to nuke your team. So when he nukes your team, you want your revive available. So we're going to go ahead and skill 2 our Destina. And our goal here now is going to be keeping our Destina alive if we can. That's why we boosted up her stats and everything a little bit. So from right here, I guess I'm going to skill 3 the boss. It's the best play I can do. Just skill 3 the boss. He's going to push up. He has his ult. So this bar right here, with all the bars being filled up, I missed crit. With all of his bars being filled up, that means he's going to ult on this turn. So we have all of our barrier and everything. I'm going to go ahead and try to skill 3 him. Since he's getting his turn anyway, let's just see if we can crit and maybe get some damage. We did crit, so this is huge. So now we timed the ult. So if he, with that ult bar, he's going to do this attack anyway. And whenever that ult bar is filled, if you can time when you HP or get his HP down, that is the best case scenario is what we just did. So from here, we do have our Archie. All right, so I can Archie now, and it's going to do HP based damage. So, and it doesn't crit. So as you see, that broke the barrier, and now we're able to get at least a little damage here. And now our goal is to try to save up to where we can get back into our, all right, that's a lot of damage. Our goal is to get back into another Archie. So if it takes you longer to get to that point, that's not a bad thing. But now it's our Destina's turn. I'm going to go ahead and boost up my Destina, try to get her back to her. She got her turn again immediately. So that's what that exclusive equipment did for us. She pushes herself up way faster. So as you see, we're not making a lot of progress here. So we're just going to heal up our Spectenning. And then Tieria has a skill 2. This will heal herself. Or no, it won't because we're unhealable. All right. So now we're almost there. We have our skill 3 from our Destina. Here's our full cleanse. If your team's dead, this would revive you. But just that little bit of upgrading that I did before coming in this fight changed this fight dramatically. We could still die, technically, if we miss crit every single time, because it's going to push up again. He's going to only skill 1 here. That's good. And then our Free Spirit here doesn't have skills. Please crit. We did crit. So see, we got lucky and we crit a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and push my Free Spirit area up because he's almost dead. We should be fine from this point. I don't think we can lose. I think this will kill. Okay, we didn't crit, but this last attack will kill. But that is the fight, okay? You have to get kind of lucky. But if you do die at a certain point, you can spend 50 Sky Stones and come back to life. And that part is huge, okay? So if you fail and all your characters die, but the boss is semi-close to dead and you have a decent run going, just use the Sky Stones. 50 Sky Stones is nothing. That's your daily Sky Stones for the day. For free-to-play players, I know it feels bad, but 50 Sky Stones is nothing. Don't worry about it. But now that this is done, we can now get our Tamarind. Okay, this is a game, like, big change to our account. So once this is done, we're going to go ahead. A bunch of stuff pops up. There's a bunch of things you can do from here. And I'm going to give you a big list to work on before next episode of the guide. So now that that is done, the first thing is if you click hero and go to recruit and then go to your Tamarind, we have the purchase Bittersweet Desert Festival. Okay, we need to go purchase that. So you click go right here. It's going to take you into this. Okay, there's the Bittersweet Desert Festival. It takes you right to where you need to go. You need to buy the side story with the milestone time you got for free. If you spent this milestone in time, you have to buy a new one, which costs 900 sky stones. So you can, if you did end up spending this and made a mistake, we are probably going to end up buying one of these because there's a really good farming stage in one of these things, but just go ahead and buy this and then start it. Okay, so now we have this going. You're going to get some gear and things from this, but your ultimate goal, this is one of the things I want you to work on, is you want to come in and you want to completely clear this out, okay? So you have to go in, you read the story, go through each stage, and then keep going until this is fully done, okay? You got to go all the way down. This is going to take you an hour. Or more if you read the story. This could take you a while. So this is already one big investment thing, and it's mostly just story reading, but it does take a lot of time, even if you're just skipping everything. But once you finish this, you're gonna be getting some rewards and everything. As you go along, you're gonna get some gear. Some of the gear's okay, like this piece is all right. And then once you're done with that, you will be able to, from right here, it's going to say you can end the side story, right? There will be a button here that you can in the side story. Once you end the side story, once you fully clear it out and got everything that you can get from it, that's going to unlock your Tamarind. So that is your ultimate goal. Get that done. Okay. And if you're curious how to get to Book of Memories, from not that menu, if you come down here, go to side story, it's in the bottom right here. So this is how you get to your Book of Memories. Clear that out. Another thing you can work on is whatever side story is available. Okay. This is a guide made at the start of 2025. So if it's later in the year, you won't have the side story, but whatever side story is there, go ahead and do it. You can also do your whatever side story you picked, okay? That's another thing you can do. You can do your side story, and if this down here under my face cam says start a different side story, you can do another side story. So you just pick whichever one you want. You're not going to be summoning on these characters probably ever. You're just going to summon on the first one that you picked, and from there, it's just do these because you get the rewards for doing it. Anytime you start a different side story, make sure you finish the one you're on, start a new side story, and get all the benefits from it. You get 300 plus sky stones plus some bookmarks, 30 or more bookmarks. You get a lot of stuff for that. So that's another thing that you could work on. Next up, we have the Moonlight Theater. Okay, so Moonlight Theater, we're actually going to be getting a second Moonlight 5 character for free. What you need to do is go and clear this out, okay? So you can buy tickets. You can watch one story a day and for free. Okay, so I could watch this one story a day. For every different type of story, you could watch one per day for free. There's a lot of this. Okay, as you see, there's a ton. And this is a really good thing. Okay, this is how you can get Mystic Medals to get one of your first ML5s from summoning. Okay, you get a lot of Mystic Medals. It's almost half a pity just from doing this. So to get the tickets, you have to spend gold. It costs a lot of gold. All right, this is a huge gold sink. But if you made it to this part of the game, you're already to a pretty good spot. Your account's almost to a point where you're going to be really well set up. It's going to be a little bit of a couple days of kind of super grinding on background battle, and your Epic 7 account will be in a great spot. So you will want to buy these. You're going to want to clear all of this out, okay? You want to watch all of this. Season 1 and Season 2 of the first of Fallen Lands. You want to watch all of that. Then you can also watch the rest of them if you want to summon. If there's a good ML5 on banner and you want to get the bookmarks, you just keep buying these with gold, okay? Now, to get gold, this is going to be one of the big farming things that you have to do. So that is one of the things that you want to do. I'll show you why real quick before I go to the other part. If you go into recruit, you have your Moonlight Blessing, okay? So once you have finished all these missions and gotten to Gold Arena, you can final summon your character. This is where it's kind of tough. If you started with one character and you wanted to switch it, say you want Arbiter Vildred, I'm going to leave that in because that's funny. I just choked to death. If you started with Spectre Deeper and you want Arbiter Village, this is your last chance to reset your Moonlight Blessing. Okay, so your last chance to reset your Moonlight Blessing is right now. If you don't want to reset and you're going to commit to the character, which Spectre Deeper, which I'm going to go ahead and commit to, you click Final Summon. And this is going to give you the full access to your ML5 character. So we are going to be starting another one. The reason we finished this is so we can start the next one. All right, and now the next one, as you see, is trying to give us a little tutorial to go in here. You are going to come in, and as you see, we need to, after watching all of Moonlight Theater's Fallen Lands Season 2, that's what we have to do. You have to watch all of Fallen Lands, and then this opens up, and I will have a video once you're done with that for tomorrow. Okay, so this will be another list of characters you can pick, just like Spectre Tenebria. Okay, now for gold. Those of you that are farming, you're going to be farming Unrecorded History Stage 30 for right now. As you're farming, you're going to get Stigma. This Stigma, you're going to make 6 stars with, but also this is how you get penguins, or this is how you get gold. So you're going to come in, and these are penguins, right? So you're just going to go and spend, let's spend 10,000 Stigma real quick. So let's just run through, and you have to click. They don't have a slider for this. Hopefully, maybe when you guys are watching in the future, maybe you're watching in March or April of 2025. Hopefully they have a slider for this, but for right now, you have to single click over and over to get your penguins. Okay, now that you got some penguins, you're going to come over to your inventory. You're going to go to enhancement ingredient. You're going to click arrange, and then you're going to sell your penguins. Okay, so if we sell these penguins here, there is 1.5 million gold. Okay, so the gold will go up very quick as when you're farming. Okay, you get a lot of Stigma. As your characters are maxed out, you will get a lot of gold very, very fast. Okay, that is, you will want to spend to get Fallen Lands done. If you don't spend gold on the tickets for Fallen Lands, you're going to have to wait half a year to get that ML5 watching it for free. So I highly suggest spending the gold. Gold is very easy to get in this game because you have to farm a lot anyway. Everyone always runs out of gold. Some players don't, but most people run out of gold. But when you need to farm gold, you go farm 20, 30 million in a day, and you don't have to worry about gold again for a while. Okay, so that's one of the things to work on. The next thing to work on is going to be our Raz specialty change. Okay, so we have specialty changes now. The 2 specialty changes I want you guys to do for this are going to be your Raz, and I want you to do your Lorena. Okay, these 2 characters are going to be pretty core key characters for completing more content. So with the specialty changes, the way this works is you do a batch of missions, and doing these batch of missions, once you're done, the character will change into a new form. Once they change a new form, you have to go and unlock extra skills using runes. So with going through this, just go ahead and farm through, for the greater spirit runes, go ahead and farm either fire or dark spirit runes, because I want you to do Lorena as well. So to do Lorena, just go ahead and put her on, and then there you go. You have your 2 specially changed missions. Those are the main 2. If you want to do Montmorency, or maybe already have because someone's told you to do that, she's fine. It's not a bad one to do, but those are the main 2 specialty changes to work on those 2 characters to start. Okay, so that's a list of things you can do. Next up, we're going to have our Adventures Path missions. So now that we just did all that, we get all of this stuff for free, right? We get some bookmarks and all of this. So go ahead and claim this. And now the next mission is reforge 1 piece of equipment. So reforging a piece of equipment is unlocked at account rank 55. As you see here, we are account rank 47, I believe. 47 or 48. We're account rank 47. It's going to take a while, okay? The best way to level up your account is go into side story, unrecorded history, adventure, and then you just slam. You just go in, go to stage 30, use your free spirits area and 3 ungeared characters. So this is my farming team. And then if there's any characters you want to level up, go ahead and put them on. Otherwise, farming for friendship is always a good thing to do. So I got Angel, Light, Angelica. We'll go ahead and throw her on. Why not? And then other than that, I don't really have any other characters that I care to level up or worry about right now. So if I want to level a Miki, I could. But if you have any 5-star characters that you know you're going to use, it's not a bad thing to put them on. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw Surmia back on there to farm friendship. But other than that, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Throw that on auto and let it run. Okay, so now I'm going to put that, well, hold on. Turn all your skills off so that way it's just your free spirits area, one-shotting everything. So just let this farm. Put it in background battle, and this is where you start working on other stuff. While that's farming, you cannot do another side story, so because the unrecorded history counts as a side story, but you can clear some more adventure, or you can watch through these Moonlight Theaters. Okay, this is going to take you a lot of time. Go and watch through all of these before the next episode of the guide, which is going to take a lot of gold, but just keep buying penguins with Stigma, buying these, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so now that you have a decent list of things to work on, also your Book of Memories, make sure you complete your Book of Memories to get Tamarind. We'll have that at the beginning of next guide episode. If you guys run out of stamina, use leaves. Okay, use leaves. If you're out of leaves, you can use some Sky Stones for stamina. So with stamina buying, I don't want you to use too many Sky Stones for stamina, but if you want to grind, using your Sky Stones for stamina early game is going to help you out a lot. But other things you can do, make sure you use your arena battles, and then that's basically it. Okay, just do the normal stuff. Any of the stuff I've talked about that you need to work on, go ahead and do it. Again, with adventure, you can come back into adventure and you can do some farming of the other stages. So clear all the stages you haven't cleared yet, and I guess we can do another Moonlight summon. But go through, clear all the stages you haven't cleared yet. Grab the Breath of Orbises while this is farming in the background. So from the exchange shop, go and grab Breath of Orbises, and any of the stages that you haven't finished, just come in and grab. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of stuff you can do, tons of stuff to work on, and then from there we'll start on the new batch of missions, because the whole goal is get Tamarind, get to account rank 55, finish Fallen Lands, buying out the side story things, and get all your missing medals. Okay, that is the overall goals. And then once we get to here, you also want to get a hero to friendship 10. That's going to be your free spirit area. She'll get there while you're farming. Okay, and then we're going to start the Hero's Path mission to get Brieg, and we'll have Tamarind plus Brieg, and we're going to be in a great spot. So that's all I have for this video. We're going to end with some summoning. So I do have a little bit of the gold transmits, so we're going to go ahead and do one Moonlight summon, and then I'm going to summon on Young Senya. Okay, I have 300 bookmarks. That's half a pity, and I can go earn a bunch of bookmarks right now. So Young Senya, any limited character, new limited characters generally worth summoning on. If you guys are ever curious, if starting the game and there's a different banner going, then highly suggest joining Discord or doing your research, going asking content creators or other people in the community as to should I pull on this character or not. Okay, they'll give you the answer. A lot of times it'll be no, and you'll just save your bookmarks for when there's a character we're pulling on. In terms of your Mystic Medals, again, you're going to get a bunch of Mystic Medals from watching Fallen Lands and all of the Moonlight, or that side story. Okay, with those, if there's not a good character on banner, do not spend them. So, like tonight, the update, we're going to be getting Bystander Hua Young added to the game. Depending on when you start, you'll have a different character. You need to ask which character is worth summoning on. The way this works is every 3 weeks, you either have a quadruple banner where you get to pick a character to summon on, or it'll be a brand new character added to the game. So that's how you tell if it's 4 different 5-stars here. That's going to be a rerun banner. All these characters have been in the game. Try to figure out which ones are good. And then if it's only one character here, that means it's a brand new character that just came out. Okay, so go ahead and save all of that. Let's go ahead and rip our summons. So that's going to be it for this video. I gave you a ton of stuff to work a 4-star. It's a 4-star. All right, who do I want? Bullet Blade Corinne. Infinite Horizon Acades. Wrong Acades. Shooting Star Acades. That's whatever. Okay, so now I am going to do a couple summons on Young Senya. Just see if we get lucky. Bonus content. And that'll be it for today. So if we get a Tieria dupe, that'd be great as well. All right, there's some kind of 5-star. We got her right away. Okay, so that's really lucky. If you guys don't get lucky, it's not a bad thing. Okay, the more you summon, the more triple S characters you're going to get. But since I got Young Senya, I'm not going to summon anymore. Okay, that's always the rule. Once you get the character, you stop. And if you want the artifact, you can buy it from the shop here. Okay, so maybe you guys don't have the powder yet, but you have a little bit of time before it goes away. So you get this by selling artifacts, and clearing Abyss will give you some. So we will be getting a lot of powder soon from just clearing Abyss stages. So this is where you would normally buy it if you want to buy the artifact. I would never suggest continuing summoning once you get the character. That's pretty lucky. Okay, I have both the banners. I haven't got 2 shafted. One was half pity. The other was a little bit better. So that's it. I'm not going to really mess with the Young Senya at all, because if you started this guide later, you aren't going to have her. But I think that's all I got that we need to cover today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. Work on all the stuff that I told you to work on. When I come back, I will do for next episode, I'll show what all I finished at the start of the episode, and then I'll show what to work on next from there. So unless I think of something else, this will be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Part 7 of the guide will be up much faster than this part was. I'm not sick anymore. I mean, I'm still kind of sick, but I don't have the headaches or migraines, whatever they were that I was having. So things should be a lot smoother from here. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.